Good morning, amazing people. It's Mark Wilkinson here. It's Monday Motivation. This is when we get things moving for the week. There's only 52 opportunities a year for these Monday motivations. So at the end of the day, it's time to get up, get ready. Are you fired up? Are you ready to go? It is time. It's Monday morning. We're going to get on with what we want to do, what we like to do, what we enjoy doing. So I'll be going straight to the gym after this, which is why Monday motivation is a little bit shorter now because traffic's getting busier. So I need to get myself to the gym. But I'm already getting stronger. I know my body is my weakest thing in the Marcy Sharmoff pillars and the house metaphor. So I'm working hard on getting my strength up. And it's working. So at the end of the day, you guys can do the same. Get in the gym, get focused, get whatever you need to do, even if you just need to get outside, have a walk, have some exercise, whatever it is. But go for it. Go for it, go for it, go for it, right? It's really important. So you fired up. Are you ready to go? Okay, let's get on with this. Right. So I want to talk to you today about purpose because I was talking to a few clients last week about the importance of purpose and why it's so important because I work with so many people, and yet they don't actually know what their purpose is. Yeah, they just don't understand what their purpose is and they can't articulate it. Some of us might be living our purpose by accident. That's certainly part of what happened to me when I was younger. I realized that part of my purpose was to bring joy, and I was already doing it through DJing and music. So I was like, oh, right, okay, so that's good. And then I decided to expand on that and make it bigger so that I could do that for 16, 17 hours a day rather than just 2 hours on a Friday or a Saturday night. But you get my point, right? It's about knowing what it is and then being able to do it. But I think I need to tell you why, or I need to share with you rather, why it's so important. Now, this comes from The Way of the Superior Man. And this book is written largely to men and masculine men. However, just as a caveat to that, we're all made up of masculine and feminine. We're all made up of mum and dad. We might have 50% masculine, 50% feminine. We could be balanced like that. We might be 80% masculine and 20% feminine, or vice versa. But at the end of the day, we've all got masculine and feminine energies within us. So this part is talking to the masculine energy within every single one of you who's watching this morning, okay? And every single one of you has masculine energy within you at different points in the day, right? Okay, if you're there and you're making decisions and you're purposeful and you're in direction and you know where you're going, that's a very masculine part of you. If you're in the feminine part of you, you enjoy music and love and fulfillment, that's the feminine part of you. Okay, so it's okay to be in both, right? I mean, I consider myself pretty balanced. Brought up by mum, learned masculinity. I think I'm probably sort of in that 50-50 kind of balance zone, but not everyone is, but we're all different. But let me explain to you why purpose is so important, particularly to the masculine part of you, of course, right? So it says here, a feminine woman sometimes seems to want to be the most important thing in her man's life. However, if she is the most important thing, then she feels her man has made her the number one priority and is not fully dedicated or directed to his purpose. She will feel her man's dependence on her for his happiness, and this will make her feel smothered by his neediness and clinging. A woman really wants her man to be totally dedicated to his highest purpose, and also to love her fully. Yeah, so many men get this wrong. I'm going to do a whole course on masculinity and directed at the masculine energy in all of us, because so many people get this wrong. Okay, so a woman really wants her man to be totally dedicated to his highest purpose and also to love her fully. You can do both. It's not that difficult. You just got to work on it, right? It's like the muscle. Create the habit. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You're going to get where you want to get to. Although she would never admit it, she wants to feel that her man would be willing to sacrifice their relationship for the sake of his highest purpose. It's fascinating stuff, this. It's really fascinating stuff, this. Many of us make these mistakes because we don't understand masculine energy and feminine energy, and we don't understand the combination of the two and the way it works in the world and everything else. I've studied this stuff, and it really, really, really works. It really works. Sometimes I think, why didn't I know this when I was 20? However, let's keep going. So, a man's or the masculine's highest purpose is the priority. It must be the priority. Okay. Your feminine partner knows this. Deep inside, she really wants it this way. It's really important. It's really important. And let me explain to you why. If you need to understand why, this is from the masculine perspective around purpose. If you aren't living from your purpose, from your core, giving your fullest gifts to the world, which I am clearly doing now, and I hope many of you are. Andy, I can see you here as well. Going to mention about tomorrow in a sec. If you aren't living from your highest purpose, everyone will feel your lack of true purpose, your authenticity. Everyone will feel it. Okay. No one will want to work with you. No one. Yeah. People will just be like, yeah, well, you know, because then you're not living from that authentic, highest purpose. Okay. This is the importance of it. If you don't do it, it might not be now, it might be in 10 years' time. But if you don't work on it now to have that highest purpose, to know in 10 years' time, this is why I'm on the planet and this is what I'm doing, your kids will challenge your authority. If you have children, your kids will challenge your authority. Your colleagues will take advantage of you if you're in a corporate job, or indeed even customers and clients if you're self-employed or got companies. Your friends won't expect much of you. And more importantly, from a masculine perspective, your wife won't trust you. I feel like dropping the mic. I'll drop the book, right? The Way of the Superior Man, David Dada. That's part of chapter 31. It's phenomenal. And it explains why your purpose is so important for the masculine part of you. And there are many women, many feminine women that accentuate their masculine to be able to get on with purpose and direction and look after the family and do all that kind of stuff. All wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. But understand why. I ask many people when they say, oh, it's my children. And I can understand that. I haven't got children. I've got a puppy, right? But I can understand why you would say, well, my children are my purpose. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, I really get that. But I think it's more important to even say why. Why the children are the purpose? What do you want to give to those children? Because if you don't, you just say the children are the purpose. If they go off track or something goes wrong, then you're able to be disappointed and you're not actually living your own purpose. I hope that makes sense. You know, let me know in the chat box or whatever. You know, is this making sense to you guys? But make sure you're very, very clear on your purpose and then be able to give that and share that to other people, including your children. It's so, so important. So this is stuff that we work on all the time, all throughout the year with multiple clients around the world. And it's wonderful stuff. And you don't have to know it in 30 seconds, but you must start to be working towards it. You might be able to know it in 30 seconds, but if not, keep working towards it, Know that purpose. Know what your purpose is. And if you're not sure about it, get someone who's already living the way you would like to live and then copy them, right? So if you want excellent results, it's all about your attitude. If you've got a poor attitude, you will not have great results. Poor attitude, poor results. If you've got an amazing attitude, you will have amazing results. Yeah. Personally, I had a poor attitude when I was younger and poor results, average results at best, average attitude, average results. It's only since I changed my personal attitude over the last 10, 12, 15 years even, but I've changed my attitude and now my results are fantastic, wonderful. Wonderful results. And the reason they're wonderful is because, thankfully, I've learned to have a wonderful attitude. Now, your attitude, just to be clear, your attitude is the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. Yeah? The way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act out into the world and actually put the energy you put out. That is the sum total of your attitude. What you're thinking, how you're feeling, and what you're putting out there. Get those three things in line, and you are absolutely on point. Yeah, absolutely on point. So Andy's saying he's excited about tomorrow. Excellent. I'm going to talk about that in a sec, mate. And Charlotte's saying, I cannot tell my daughter how to live. I have to show her by living my purpose. You cannot give what you haven't got. That's beautiful, Charlotte. Absolutely beautiful. And all power to you and the family. I absolutely love that. That's right. Don't tell, show. You know, just show what's going on. Show your purpose. Show how you're living. Show your positivity. And your daughter or any family members will start to respond to it. Yeah, it's not magic. It's just it starts inside you and then put it out into the world. And things change very, very, very quickly, you know, and it can be really beautiful. So just remember, getting your attitude right, getting your purpose right, really, really, really vital in your Monday motivation, and indeed every single morning when you wake up, really, really go for it. So it's going to be an exciting week this week. Tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Here in the UK, I'm going to be joining the Soulful House Mafia, the UK Soulful House Mafia. So that'll be myself, Andy Ward's going to host it, and it'll be Craig Bartlett and Lee Wright. So it's going to be excellent conversation tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Here in the UK. So I'm really looking forward to that. Make sure to tune into Andy Ward's channels, or indeed we shall be tagging and making sure that it's appearing on these channels as well. So that's really cool. On Wednesday evening, I'm going to be joined by Kenny Thomas. Kenny Thomas, the legend, the soul singer, just put out a new cover version of I Found Loving by the Fatback Band. brave man to take that one on. Very, very brave. But he's done a great version with Dr. Packer. It's really, really cool. So well done, both of those guys. Kenny's also got an incredible. He's got an incredible story about. He's got an incredible story about his daughter and the way his daughter's been diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor and how he's dealing with it and using his own medicine and his own way of dealing with it. And it's such a beautiful way, the power of thought and everything else. Kenny's a special guy, So yeah, tomorrow, obviously we've got book club tomorrow night as well. So book club will be 7:30 p.m. After my conversation with Andy in the Soulful House Mafia. So we'll be going from that straight into book club tomorrow night at 7:30, and that will be Lewis Senior and Charlotte Tarrant joining me. Emma's in charge of that, so we might have one more space. I'm not sure, but we'll sort that out today. And we're going to be talking about chapter 6 of Life Remixed, which is called You've Gotta Be. So that's going to be really cool. I'm really excited to welcome Charlotte and Lewis and possibly one other person. I'll let you know. But that's going to be cool as well. So everything is going in a really, really great direction. We're doing so much great work in the world, and I'm loving all of the positive feedback I'm getting. The next 5 days to Remix Your Life is on May the 10th. So that's up on Facebook and Eventbrite. So you can sign up to that completely free. We're up to 53 Amazon reviews now worldwide, which is amazing. So we're going to keep that momentum going. We'd love to get to 100, because when you get to 100, that's when you start to pop up in other areas, and potentially we can help more people as well, which will be absolutely wonderful. If you still want a signed copy, of course, of Life Remix, just go to markwilkinsonofficial.com/shop, and you can find Life Remix, and I can send you a signed copy. Couple of other things to mention. I need to explain this to you as well about the law of attraction, because I am working with another client in the Middle East. Fantastic guy. And him and his wife are really getting involved in everything that I'm doing and Emma and I are doing and what we're all doing. It's amazing. Amazing. So if you want any more evidence of the law of attraction after this, can you just let me know? Okay. Because we had a coaching session on Saturday, catching up, talking through all of his goals and where he's going and you know, just getting started actually on the 12-month program. He told me about this Netflix show. He said there's a Netflix show called The Last Breath. I don't know if any of you have seen that. Have you seen The Last Breath on Netflix? It's well worth watching. It's a documentary. Unfortunately, I'm going to spoil it a little bit for you by telling you this story. However, it's amazing. It's an amazing story. It's called The Last Breath on Netflix. Still watch it. It's about a 90-minute documentary, and it's phenomenal what actually happens to this guy. This guy's name's Chris Lemon. And he's a reasonably experienced diver, although just finding his feet really in that world. And he gets caught out. Something goes wrong with his airline. He basically gets his umbilical line gets cut, and he is at the bottom of the ocean with 5 minutes of oxygen, and there's no way they can rescue him. He is there for almost 35 minutes before they get back to him. They get back to him. They fish him out of the water. They put him into the little pod they're in, 200 meters below the ocean, out there in the North Sea, and he ends up surviving it. He survives it. They basically they expect him to be dead. They give him a couple of blasts of air, and he just sits up. And they're like, "Are you all right?" And he's like, "Yeah." It's a phenomenal story. I mean, I read it and I was just like, "Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing." Anyway. It made me think of my friend, George, who is in this world. He's in this diving world offshore in the North Sea. So I thought of my friend, George, and I was like, wow, okay, yeah, this is cool. So I just messaged George because we're talking about a DJ gig. So I messaged George and said, George, any chance, you know, we can have a catch up about this DJ gig? Oh, and also, you know, I'm watching this show, The Last Breath. And he sent me a message back. He said, yeah, Chris Lemon is sitting 3 feet away from me right now as I type back to you. I was like, whoa, hang on. This is amazing. And then Emma came up with a suggestion, well, why don't we get a podcast together? So the podcast is going to come together. Myself, Kev in Qatar, who told me to watch the show, George, my friend, who I messaged about everything on Saturday, and Chris Lemon, this guy that survived this complete, I mean, the guy should be dead. It's amazing, 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 amazing story. Just from this weekend, if you need any more evidence about what you think about is what you bring about. So what you think, what you say, then what actually happens in the world. It could happen as instantaneously as that, or it might happen over a 10, 20, 30, 50-year period, right? But whatever you put out there happens, okay? So understand the power of your positive thoughts. Understand the power of ideas and stories and the way things work. It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal, honestly. And we're going to put a podcast together with this guy. What's the Last Breath on Netflix? Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal story. And this guy survived, you know, a near-death experience. I mean, the guy basically should be done for. And yet he survived this diving incident deep 200 meters below the North Sea, 24 hours off of Aberdeen, off the coast. Incredible story. Chris will be joining us on a podcast shortly. I'm also talking to Norman Cook, Fatboy Slim, about coming onto a podcast. So I'll be talking to him this week. There's so much going on, guys, and it's so cool. It's so cool. It wouldn't be happening without every one of you. I really love the fact that you're all involved. We've had a few subscribers on Saturday night for the DJ mix as well, which is going to move us closer to having a club, Sunday club, Life Remix club night at Ministry of Sound. So I'm working on that as well, going up to the ministry next month in May. It's all good. It's all good. I want every single one of you to have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I must go because I need to get to the gym. But we can stay here and talk about all kinds of stuff. But do think about this and send this video around to your friends. Any more you need to know about purpose, about your attitude, or about the law of attraction from those three things I mentioned today. Share it far and wide. Big love. Book club tomorrow night, 7:30. Andy Ward and the UK Soulful team before that. And then Kenny Thomas on Wednesday evening. It's a busy week ahead, but big love to every one of you. Talk soon, guys. See you soon. Bye.